College football is back. And when I say it's back in a crazy way. What's going on, guys? It's just JD, so let's talk about it. Georgia Tech just beat Florida State. Florida State is the number 10 ranked team in the nation. They brought in DJU from Oregon State and Clemson, and he was supposed to be the guy that was supposed to take him over the hump. But that did not happen. Georgia Tech with a huge victory. Not only is this big for, this game in general with ACC standings, but this could put them in the ranks. Georgia Tech, that is. This propels their season. They got a new coach, Brent Key. Shout out to him. But let's talk about it from Florida State's perspective, because this was supposed to be their year. Yeah, they were vowing for revenge after being left out of the college football playoff, and this was supposed to be the year. But they still have a chance to get into the college football playoff with it expanding. But this is not a good way to start the season. I can't tell you what they're feeling right now. They gotta be sick for sure. But their schedule doesn't get any easier. This was supposed to be one of the easier games that they were gonna have this season, and I do understand starting off the season with a conference opponent is difficult. You gotta be on your P's and Q's immediately. You can't give up anything. And I just think their offense was just stagnant. And I'm a Clemson fan, so I know what DJU is. I know what he was. I know what he is. And to me, he's just not that good of a quarterback. If you make him pass the ball, you're going to have success, I think. And it's not a shot at him. It's just his limitations. They can put you in a good situation for a defense if you get after him, if you make him throw, and if you play good defense. And I don't know what the game plan was. Of course, you want to be able to run the ball, but he's just limited as a quarterback, in my opinion. And so when you think about transfer portal, when you think about bringing guys in from these different schools, he's been 3 schools in 3 years. He hasn't had time to really develop, in my opinion. Yeah, you off-season work and things like that, but he looks like the same quarterback to me from 2 years ago. And of course, last year as well, he had a decent season with Oregon State. But from that perspective, it's just difficult. And shout out Mike Norvell, coach of Florida State, former coach of the University of Memphis, my alma mater. I think he's a good coach. I don't know where they go from here, but a tough loss for Florida State. And Seminole fans are gonna go crazy. I know they're sick because there's a lot of Florida State fans out there. It's a very storied program. But tough loss, 24-21 in Ireland, where the game was held. We gotta see where they go from here. Their schedule is tough. Conference and out of conference, of course, with games against Florida. Typically, not looking at their schedule right now, but they typically play Florida, and Florida's always a tough matchup. But we're gonna see if they fall in the rankings. It's just a lot that weighs on you in a season, especially for a team that has high aspirations. And they lost a lot. Florida State did, to the NFL draft. Keon Coleman, Jared Verse, Jordan Travis. They lost a lot of production, and so we'll see where they land from here. We'll see how they bounce back. Hopefully, they'll continue to just keep going, because they're going to have to if they want to make it to the college football playoff. And so, we haven't talked a lot about college football on this channel, but I'm kind of glad that we did. Just glad that we didn't, just because of this situation right here. What a way to bring on college football on the channel for this season. And so let's talk about that for a little bit. The college football playoff has expanded to 12 teams. So that's going to bring in a lot of variation. It's going to bring in a lot of different teams that we may not have seen before on this type of stage. So that's going to be very, very exciting. For those of you who like college football like I do, comment your team down below. Who's your college football team and where do you see them this season? Where do give me a record? Do you see them, playing for their conference championship? Do you see them moving on to college football playoff? And so, honestly, personally, I have a lot of college football teams that I like, that I watch, that I follow. Clemson, Arkansas, Texas Tech, Memphis. And so I'm going to be watching a lot of college football this season. Also, follow me on Twitter at TSPJDN. You're going to get a lot of takes. You're going to get a lot of reactions to games and different plays, things like that. And so we're going to talk more about college football this season for sure. It may be short form videos like this, but like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you see all of our content that we're posting right here on the Talking Sports Podcast.